It seems like every wide receiver is on the move this offseason, so it is our job as NFL personality to rank them all. Welcome to the top 25 receivers in the NFL. Let's lob it up. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the For the Lob podcast, presented to you by the Love of Ball Network and brought to you by Michelle Lorms of the Lorms Home Team. If you are in the Northern Kentucky or Cincinnati area and need a home, Michelle has got you covered. Off-tackle.com, your home for all things football analytics. And then the Love of Ball Network. And it is also brought to you by your hosts, Aaron and Gavin. Today, Aaron has finally decided to join us for an episode.
Okay, don't say it like I've been purposely dodging or something.
Yes. Aaron has returned. Your guys' good thoughts and such has brought him back, and we should be on regularly scheduled programming from here on out. So
yeah, we actually should. Yeah.
So thank you all for your patience, your kindness, your kind words. Many received letters, tweets. Well, what are they? X posts. Not tweets anymore.
No, I don't think.
Yeah. So, thank you all. So Aaron is back, and now we are back. I can take a break from doing some NBA content because that's what I do when I'm by myself. We can get back to what this podcast is focused about, which is football.
Wait, no. How's the finals going? Screw football.
Good. 2-2.
I don't pay attention.
2-2.
Really? 2-2.
Pacers Thunder tied. It is going back to OKC tonight, actually, for Game 5. The Pacers won in a close game on Wednesday, and they also won on a buzzer beater. Game 1, OKC dominated Game 2, and they won in a close game last game. So it's been a very, very good series so far.
Shoot, I remember talking. You said Thunder had get in the bag.
Yeah, Thunder. This is the biggest betting favorite almost ever for a finals matchup.
Shoot, dude.
And
that 1-2. Remember the 1-2 you talked about?
Yeah.
Like $1 million.
For those of you who don't know, it was more than that, I think. This guy bet, I think, for the New York Liberty to win, the Eagles to win, Edmonton to win. There's a couple more. The Dodgers to win, and then the Thunder to win championships on a parlay. $13. I think it was to win like a lot of millions, or maybe it's 250,000. It was something. It was a whatever it was.
It was a million, like 250,000.
maybe 250,000 the payout. I don't know. Whatever it was. He a little money for a lot of money. So wonder how he's feeling. I think the Thunder is still going to win, but the fact that the Pacers got a few games makes it a fun series. I'm very happy with it.
Back to football now.
Have you watched the game?
Yeah, I was with you. Oh, I was not with you.
We watched Knicks. We watched Pacers Knicks.
That was a playoffs game, wasn't it?
That was Pacers Knicks. That was not Pacers Thunder.
Oh, that's tragic. I have not watched the game then. No, I did see the buzzer beater, or like I seen clips of what was it? It was like the
Halliburton.
No, yeah, it was like they were trailing the whole game besides the final 3 seconds.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, my instant reaction is the episode before this of that game is I was out with a friend, and as soon as the game ended, I ran home. Well, I drove home, didn't run. I drove home and then recorded that instant reaction. So I would check it out. It's a good one. I'm going to give a full series breakdown with maybe by myself, maybe with some Thunder guys, maybe with some just NBA analysis guys.
I'll be joining.
He will not be joining. He doesn't know anything.
I don't know anything.
Of a series breakdown, perhaps after Game 5, maybe if it gets to Game 6. Well, we'll guarantee to get to Game 6. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, Aaron, you want to start the list?
The list today?
Yeah. We're doing top 25 NFL receivers. Now, last year we did a top 25 under 25 players, which I do think we should do that again. That was very, very fun. But this is just the top 25 receivers. Not every team will have a representation because I have a few wide receiver twos here in addition to all the ones.
Might have multiple representations.
Yeah. So, one team has 4 representations here for me.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
The bench guy is better than. That's crazy.
So should we take a break in the middle and give them ads, or should we play ads now and give them ad-free rankings?
Shoot, dude. Why do you always ask me this? I don't know. What do they enjoy more? Do you know?
Well, okay. Here's the thing. These take
Screw it.
about.
Put it in the middle. Put it in the
Put it
middle.
in the middle.
I'm-
Put it in
I'm-
the
I'm
middle.
trying to- yeah, put it in the middle.
All right. We'll put them in the middle for you guys. You know, we can get right into it. Aaron, do you have any honorable mentions?
I don't have honorable mention, but I can tell you some people who I was debating putting on my list but didn't.
All right. Let's take a quick break and then we'll get into it.
Okay.
All right, Aaron. Welcome back. Welcome back.
That was shoot, dude. I couldn't wait any longer.
Look, man, I'm so happy to have my effects back. I do so many episodes by myself. I don't have any of my
Wait, really?
effects.
You
Yeah.
didn't do any effects on those?
No.
Oh shoot, dude. Well, some quick honorable mentions that weren't really honorable. I'll be honest, these guys are not 20 because this is top 25. These are not my 26, 27, 28. It's just people who I was just debating, juggling at the final end of my list. And that is great question. That is George Pickens. That is where is he? Cooper Kupp. Big one. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people like Cooper Kupp. Don't know how he's gonna do on a new team. Where was he? I had another one.
Bro, you don't have these written down? You good, bro?
No, I'm just these are all mental. Deebo Samuel did not make my list. Maybe a hot take. Is that a hot take?
All right, I'll give my honorable mentions because I actually have them written down.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't.
So
you just
yeah,
kinda
you're.
threw it at me, man.
Yeah. I just assumed you. Whatever.
Maybe I'm rusty.
All right, my honorable mentions are Zay Flowers, Marvin Harrison Jr., Rashee Rice, Debo, Cortland Sutton, George Pickens, and Cooper Kupp. Those are my honorable mentions. Did not make my list. Any shockers there? Anything you disagree with?
Oh, let's see. Maybe I should start my list then.
Yeah. Let's start with your 25. Go ahead.
Moving to my 25, somebody who is truly a wild card here. I just put him here because this is. Did we say this projections?
Yeah. Oh, thank God you said this is projecting into next season. This is not current. This is not how they did last season. Next season. I know I'm still going to get comments and mentions about, oh, you ranked this player 7 when they only had 16 total yards the year before. Okay,
if that happens,
that's not true. But you know what I mean. That's exaggerated, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right, so.
Yes, these are projections. So my top 25 are my guy put it at 25. I kind of put me as a wild card just because I heard a stat about him that I'll tell you in a second. And that player is Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers is my 25th. Somebody who is like, last year he had 1,000 yards, and that's also behind Brock Bowers, who did Brock Bowers have 1,000 yards? I know he had the most catches or something like. He had like something crazy.
Yeah, he had 1,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jacoby he actually, I actually have it pulled up. He had 1,194. He had the 8th most in the entire league.
Yeah, that's for a tight end. So even behind that beast mode of a human, Jacoby Myers still broke 1,000. And not only that, do you know a random stat that I found the other day that I think is insane?
What's up, man?
Jacoby Myers is one of the few to only players to have played a whole season with decent yards like that. Did you know he had a 100% completion rate?
All right, no drops.
No drops. The entire 1,000 yards, not a single drop. That's crazy.
That's interesting.
That's amazing. So I don't know if that's something to look into or something like that. But
I don't have an NFL drop.
What?
I don't have an NFL drop either.
Do you also have 1,000 yards last season?
I'm just saying, man.
Gardner,
I feel like that's arbitrary. Whatever.
I'm just saying. I think they got an upgraded quarterback. Something about that weird stat of no drops.
They did get Geno. They did get Geno.
Yeah, which I think is an upgrade. You could. I'm not saying he's.
I think it's an upgrade over Gardner Minshew.
Yes, I'm not saying they now have their guy, but I think they upgraded. 1,000 yards is 1,000 yards. No drops. You got a better quarterback. Screw it. Top 25. He made the list. I don't see.
All right, so he didn't make my honorable mentions or my list.
You're big on Jacoby Myers too.
I do. I love Jacoby Myers. Well, I was also trying to trade him.
Yeah, I know you were trying to trade him in fantasy. But in reality, he actually randomly did pop off.
He did. I really like Trey Tucker on the Raiders. So watch out for Trey Tucker fantasy stock. Shout out Bearcats. Shout out Go UC.
I was thinking Jacoby Myers fantasy stock. I see what you mean. It's okay.
My 25 is the Miami Dolphins wide receiver Jalen Waddle. Coming in here as my first wide receiver 2 of my list. Well, I guess technically whatever. Well, first one I'm mentioning here. Jalen Waddle finished last season with 744 yards, only 2 touchdowns. He missed, I want to say, only 1 game. Not a great year, but I'm kind of projecting a little Tyreek Hill regression, just a little bit, and more of a Jalen Waddle progression. But I can't really put him over. Like, okay, here's the thing. When I was doing this, I wasn't really paying attention to numbers. I was putting players behind players. So like, it pains me because there's certain numbers. I'm like, wow, this number doesn't fit this player, but I can't put him above the people that he's in front of. Like,
yeah. In terms of stats, I wasn't really looking at stats too hard. I mean, that would have been a boring list. To be honest.
Yeah, but have more yards. But I think he projects really well. He wasn't totally healthy this year. He was dealing with some nagging stuff. But 25 for Jalen Waddle is what I have. Aaron, who's your 20? You know what? We are going to do it where Aaron's always going to start off with a new number.
Oh, okay.
So you can comment on that and then move on.
No, man, I love Jalen. If I did make an honorable mention list and I really had time to think about it, he probably would have made the list. He was someone who I looked at his name a few times making his list. But moving on to my 24, someone who you did not have in your list, Marvin Harrison Jr. My 24. Okay. He's not high, so he's not high. I mean, he's not gonna put him top. He's over top 20.
I will say Marv was the first name to be left off. That helps. He's my 26.
He be your 26. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, yeah. Basically, we're full agreement then. He's around this range. I didn't love his last season, but
yeah, me neither.
He's still too early for us to be all like he's not going to be the player we thought he was going to be.
Bro, have you seen how jacked he looks?
Yeah, I mean
he put on a ton of muscle this offseason.
I haven't seen any.
Oh my gosh, he's like the biggest wide receiver I've seen. He might be bigger than DK.
I was about to say we know DK exists.
He might be, bro. I'm just saying.
But that's the thing, in terms of obviously legacy of his name, and you have amazing build, amazing athleticism. I like Kyler Murray. I'm not. The offense he's in, I'm not upset at it. He just underperformed last year. It's just wasn't there an issue too last year where he was open, we just didn't throw him the ball.
Yeah, that was the issue for pretty much the first half of the year, and then he was just it's just rookie things. Not every rookie can break records.
Rookie's gonna get over 1,000 yards.
So, it's the rookie hump. I think he'll be fine. I personally didn't have him here, but I can't really argue. I had him 2 spots below.
Yeah, exactly. So we think both leagues similar of him. He didn't do enough for me to put him higher, but he's also way too talented in a good enough situation where I could easily see him being top 25, probably higher.
You know what I was thinking?
What were you thinking? So,
unfortunately, Aaron, I'm gonna have to slander Kirk Cousins here.
Okay.
We have as we go with eras. I can't speak pre 2009 because I wasn't really watching football like that. Every era we have a quarterback that gets paid really good money because they're just good enough. Okay.
Yeah.
In the 2010s it was Andy Dalton.
Okay.
Late 2010s, early 2020s it was Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
Who is that next quarterback? I think Geno Smith is a pretty good contender, but he's not been like that consistently.
He's not going to get... No, I don't think he's going to get that kind of bag, though.
Kyler Murray is an interesting candidate for that.
I think Kyler Murray's too young to be put in that consider that.
He's getting up there, man. I think he's 28.
No, he's not Kyler Murray? 28. Okay, as a quarterback, that's not...
He's 27. He'll turn 28 in a month.
I don't know. That's not something
but I'm think about that. He's just good enough. He's good enough.
But he has his moments.
Yeah, he's weird mediocrity. It's like he's good enough to teams will want him, but he's not good enough to probably win you a Super Bowl.
If I'm one of those quarterback hungry teams, I was sort of thinking Kyler Murray, I'd be enthusiastic. I'd be so happy.
Exactly. But we think about the Cardinals, we're like, why aren't they going anywhere when they have Kyler Murray?
Yeah, I don't know. Does Kyler Murray have playoff wins at all? I know he made the playoffs once.
He might have.
Right?
No, they beat the Packers. Remember that was a thing? It was the Cardinals always beat the Packers or whatever, something like that.
Oh, I don't remember that, but
something like that. But I don't know. I will say Actually, no, I won't. We'll save it. My 24 is Chris Olave. This one was a little tough. I wanted to put him higher. I like Chris Olave. I like him a lot. But the quarterback situation, I'm pretty sure Tyler Shuck, a rookie second-round pick from Louisville, is his quarterback right now.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest. I did a full 7-round mock draft on my own time. Tyler Shuck was a 5th-round pick for me. So take that as you will. Is he better than Derek Carr? He might be. But the thing is, can Chris Olave stay healthy? He's had 4 concussions in like 4 seasons. And the more concussions you get, the more prone you are to them. So that's not good. You just can't seem to stay healthy. And also, Rashid Shaheed is kind of like growing up in front of our eyes there. And it's just questionable quarterback play. And just in general, the Saints offense is just going to be so bad. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect there. I have him safely here at 24.
You still have Alvin Kamara, right?
They do have.
Alvin Kamara still elite.
I don't know. I'm not getting him in fantasy though. I'll tell you that much.
Me neither, man. Speaking of fantasy, what are we doing our draft again?
Oh, August 15th is our draft.
Shoot, dude.
We will live stream our draft.
Oh,
Aaron and I will.
I think you told me that at some point, but
yeah, we're gonna live stream it. We're gonna hop in a Discord call, and we won't have everyone else's pick. It's a 10-man PPR or 10-man full PPR. Scoring's a little different. Quarterbacks are a little more valuable than normal. Completion percentages scored. That's pretty much the only major change. But other than that, it's been our rules for what, 4 years now?
Yeah, 4 years, really?
I think so. Three or 4.
This might be the 4th. Actually, you might be right.
But yeah, we will live stream that. We'll give our analysis for every pick. You get a minute and a half per pick. So we'll have our big board up. We will probably do a 5-round fantasy mock draft where we're going back and forth as well. I love swinging into fantasy season, man. We're almost there.
Even though this year's really off for fantasy. I don't know. Well, I feel like every year's off for fantasy, but this one was really. I was doing projections already.
I say after the first 2 picks. I feel like the first 2 picks are easy, and then after that, it's just.
I think the first 5 are kind of locked. I could see some interchangeable between maybe 6, 7, and 5, whatever. I think the first 5 are kind of locked, and then after that, shoot, dude, that's where, in my opinion.
All right, we'll get to it. Who's your 23?
23. I don't remember if you said. Oh, I think you did say this guy in your honorable mentions. Well, I have him higher, I guess. I have Rashee Rice. Honorable, or not honorable mention. My 23. So here's the thing: Patrick Mahomes is coming off of is this statistically worst season of all time?
Yep.
Stat, obviously made the Super Bowl, but stat wise, worst season. I don't see a world where he does that back to back. I think he's gonna have a little bit of a little come up. I don't think this is gonna start with him going worse and worse every year. I think he has a little bit of come up next year. And Rashee Rice, Rashee Rice, he's wide receiver 1, right? We're not putting Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy, I don't think will ever be wide receiver 1. He's kind of like a gadget guy. They put him everywhere. He's not like a specialty receiver.
His little quirk.
Yeah,
speed, but it's not enough to make.
But they also didn't they get someone? Oh, they have Hollywood Brown.
That was D Hop.
They have Hollywood Brown. D Hop's on the Ravens.
Oh, I did hear about that. He did just switch in. Hollywood Brown over. I don't know. I'm still taking Rashee Rice. He's younger. He still has more time to bloom.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't put Rashee.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like eventually he's gonna have to take off. And with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, I could definitely. 25 might even be low, or this bottom end 25 might even be low. But honestly, everyone after, in my opinion, 15 on my list, 15 to 25, is just everyone could switch. So it's just a feeling thing, really. Rashee Rice being here at 23.
Yeah. My 23 is new team, new quarterback. You want to take a guess? New team, new quarterback.
New quarterback down here at 23. You said Cooper Kupp didn't make your list. Right? You said Cooper Kupp didn't make your list?
Yeah, Cooper Kupp did not make my list. DK Metcalf.
Oh, okay.
Sitting here at 23. Look, you want me to be honest?
Yep.
If it wasn't Aaron Rodgers, I might have ranked him higher.
Oh, really?
We saw Aaron Rodgers with an elite wide receiver last year. Well, what should be an elite wide receiver in Garrett Wilson, and he just didn't do anything. He couldn't find Garrett Wilson. Like, and apparently this is like a quirk Aaron Rodgers has, is that he has to like his receiver. Like, they just have to mesh. Otherwise, he just doesn't give him the ball. Didn't mesh with Garrett Wilson. So there's that risk of DK. But I just think that Steelers offense is going to be so bad.
I think DK Metcalf might pull a freaking Antonio Brown. I think he might walk off the field.
Maybe. But look, I'm not higher on Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a skeleton of what he used to be.
Me neither.
I cannot wait until, you know what Myles Garrett said about Aaron Rodgers?
What do you say?
He said, I'm super excited to have Aaron Rodgers in the division so I can sack him and put him in his grave. So
that he just threatened to kill a man on the field. And
I would love it. I would love it. I would love it.
Crazy.
So, yep, DK here at 23.
I like that, man. You want me to give you a spoiler alert?
Sure.
DK didn't make my list.
That's fair. He's 23 for me. So it's not like, you know.
Yeah, DK did not make my list. Which, I mean, you say it's fair, but you said he would be higher if it was the first quarterback. I don't know.
Like maybe 2 or 3 spots higher.
Maybe it's kind of recent bias, because I saw a recent TikTok video on like them actually breaking down DK's game, and he said besides his size and build, his route running under par, his separation under par for his size and build. It's actually just under par. He doesn't really get that open that often. So I don't know. And honestly, I think in my opinion, I think he's in a lesser situation now. I don't really like Aaron Rodgers as much as I would have 2 years ago if he switched teams.
Oh, I know. We have it on document, man.
We have it on
document. How much you love Aaron Rodgers to the Jets.
I remember I did put when Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets, and that was
put him. I think it's the third best team in the league.
I might no. He was ranging from it was one or two. I swear it was like I was Eagles or Jets all the way for like. I was like, dude. I was like Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Aaron Rodgers, great defense. This team can't fail. That's how I thought of it.
Yeah, but they did. But they did.
And Aaron Rodgers fan, okay? They didn't. Aaron Rodgers fan.
You know, it might be my fault. I have a collection of cursed jerseys, and I bought an Aaron Rodgers jersey before he played a snap for the Jets.
Shoot, so it might be your fault. To be fair, buy a Jared Goff one. Moving on to number.
Actually,
22.
I already bought a JJ McCarthy one.
Oh shoot, dude! What's that? What did you do that for?
Well, I bought it last year, and then he got hurt. So no, I'm just kidding. All right, who's your 22?
22. I have DJ Moore.
Whoa.
DJ Moore was someone who I was questionably. I was on a call with Gab when I was making my final part of my list, and I told him when I was at like 21, I said, you know what, I'm borderline getting off a feeling for 22 to 25. That's exactly what I did. I think DJ Moore, and call this controversial, I think DJ Moore is the best wide receiver the Bears have.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
And I also think Caleb Williams had an okay year last year. I think he's going to do better this year. I think
it's safe to assume that.
Yeah, and this is kind of just like a Rashee Rice situation that I was saying last time, where it's like, I think borderline the quarterback, because I also told Gavin before this, we should have made this a quarterback wide receiver duos ranking, duo pairs, because a lot of my players I'm thinking about, I rank them off of them, and then I think about the quarterback situation, and that kind of also determines if I higher them or lower them or keep them the same. Whatever. Because like obviously there's that's huge. I mean, the wide receiver, if the quarterback can't throw the ball, they can't capture. It's simple as that. But who was on again? DJ Moore. Sorry, DJ Moore. I mean, Caleb Williams. He had an okay year last year. I think he's going to do better this year, and I do think DJ Moore is going to be a factor in that because of his size, kind of his athletic ability to go up there and get the ball. I like DJ Moore. And I mean, simply put, I think Caleb Williams will do better, so DJ Moore is going to be a factor in it.
That's interesting. So my 22, whoa, all of my monitors just turned off. Luckily, I know what my 22 is. I don't know what, all of my monitors are just off.
Try looking.
Okay, well, shoot, dude. Oh, they're back on. All right. That was weird. Yeah, my 22 is Devonta Smith. Eagles wide receiver 2. He gets a little boost here by playing next to AJ Brown.
He does.
Which normally when I'm ranking wide receiver 2s, I use them having a good receiver as a detriment. Like, they take away targets. I think this is the only scenario that Devonta Smith does not really take away targets from AJ Brown. They get similar targets. Where did you know that?
I mean, I could see a world. I could definitely see a world because I feel like, I mean, yeah, no, AJ Brown's so good that I could definitely see him being freaking clamped up multiple times to the point where you might have to rely on Devonta Smith almost as much as you do AJ Brown. I could definitely see that.
So Devonta Smith gets about 6.8 targets per game. AJ Brown gets 7.5. So
I mean,
almost identical. But he's mainly a slot receiver, which is where a lot of those targets come from. But he's the perfect chocolate to pair next to AJ Brown's vanilla.
You want? Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna finish that sentence.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, I have him at 22 here because he also has potential to get big plays. Not a lot of slot receivers you can send deep like you can with Devonta Smith. Great route runner. Not great physicality, but that's what you have AJ Brown for. So I have Devonta Smith at 22.
I like that take, man. Moving on to my 21 though, I have someone you might have said this guy. I don't remember you said this guy. I'm not very high in this man. A lot of people might argue this guy to be higher than he is. I'm just it's not there for me. Not there for me. In fact, I have a lot of wide receiver twos over him. By that I mean like two. And that guy's Zay Flowers.
Yeah, here's my honorable mention.
He's yeah. Well, that's crazy. Actually, I guess I'm higher than you are. Then.
Yeah.
I mean, if you break it down, I know D just got D Hop, right? D just got D Hop, but like if you break it down, I'm no longer a Mark Andrews liker. I'm not for multiple reasons.
Why? No.
Oh, we don't have to get into that. We don't have to get into
Does it have something to do with Tony Pollard?
Same reason I'm no longer Tony Pollard supporter either. They both have personally backstabbed me. So for those reasons, I'm no longer a supporter. But with that, Lamar gets his yards in throwing. Zay Flowers, in my opinion, is like their only main focal point, and even with that, I don't see them as much of a throwing offense. And now that they have D-Hop too, I guess you can put him even lower. Honestly, now I'm rethinking it. He's a guy I probably put Zay Flowers under, like even Rashee Rice. But all these guys are changeable at the end of the day, so I'm just not the highest on him. I think he should be higher for where he came into the league and with the team he was put on, but he just hasn't done it for me.
Yeah, I feel like we have a lot of the same group down here. I feel like we're doing good. I was low-key worried because I was getting crazy with mine.
Yeah, I mean,
21 here. I have the wide receiver one of the most recently paid quarterback in the NFL.
Wait. Jamar Chase. I'm trying.
Brandon Ayuk.
Wait. Who's the most recently picked? Wait, no. Oh, yes. Yeah,
what the fuck?
I don't know why. My brain went to Jaden Daniels for some reason.
That's
his other.
Well, Brock Purdy is mid, and I will die on that hill. But Brandon Ayuk is a phenomenal route runner. Very complex route tree.
He gets open.
Coming off of an ACL tear. So tore his ACL, 2 years ago now? A year and a half. ACLs usually take about a year and a half to fully recover. You have that first year, then they don't look like themselves. Then they come back this season after and look back to normal. We saw this with Chris Godwin this year, looking completely back to normal after tearing his ACL 2 years ago. So yeah, Brandon Ayuk coming back. He has a lot of competition with targets, which is why I don't have him higher.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. That's why
I was gonna say, because you were saying like it was a good thing, like he's gonna do better, and I was like 19. So in your opinion, 19 for Brandon Ayuk is his normal with Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Yeah, except this is 21. So,
oh, you did say that.
Yeah, so
doing worse. Shoot, dude, you're really dogging on him there.
Well, competition for targets, man. They just extended Kittle. They have Ricky Pearsall now. Jawan Jennings just put up 1,000 yards.
I forgot Ricky Pearsall. Shoot, dude, he could have been. Ricky Pearsall should have been my 25.
Well, all right. Let's not get crazy now.
He got shot and he still played in the season. Is that not crazy?
Hey, man. Who's your 20?
All right, man. Moving on to my 20. Easy number 20. You already talked about him. Put him pretty much in the near identical spot. I have Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
Spoiler, I don't have Jordan Addison on this list. However,
I don't either.
Yeah. However, I like to always compare Devonta Smith to Jordan Addison as a wide receiver too, who is pretty good in his own accord, being next to some guy who's way better than him. And also in like I almost want to say the role he play, they're pretty similar. Devonta Smith,
they're just little guys.
Well, yeah, they're both not the biggest looking dudes. But they both just like I don't want to say they're like bailouts, but like let's say AJ Brown has random like heavy double coverage on him, or Justin Jefferson has random heavy double coverage on him. Devonta Smith might just be open. Jordan Addison might just be open. I just like Devonta Smith a little more. In just as a player as a whole. Just I don't know. Devonta Smith's the type of wide receiver too who could get 1,000-yard season, which is a lot. Like if you're wide receiver too who is in contention for 1,000-yard seasons, that says a lot about you. Especially being next to like someone who's so much better. So I mean, you basically talked about him, his route tree, all his good stuff, his slot. I don't even say much more. How am I 20?
So fun fact, AJ Brown is 6'1". Devonta Smith.
He is not 6'1". AJ Brown is not. You just lied to me.
No, he's 6'1", man.
AJ Brown.
Oh wait.
He's 6'1".
Devonta Smith is 6 foot.
Well, okay,
but
bro,
no. That's where I was getting to. Devonta Smith is 170 pounds. AJ Brown is 227. He has almost 60 pounds on him.
Yeah. When I meant bigger, I meant
No, I know. I just thought that was funny.
That is, I thought AJ Brown was like 6'3".
No,
he just presents himself as such a big guy.
He's heavier than DK.
But in terms of like contested catch, I feel like he's up there. Like maybe he has long arms or something, but I feel like he just goes up and he just. I feel like that's for people who are like tall. a little bigger than the average wide receiver height, which I thought he was. 6'1" is a little short for AJ Brown. I thought that's kind of crazy.
So my 20, you already talked about him. DJ Moore, pretty much everything you said. I expected a little better of a jump.
Wow, I thought you were a little odd on that one because you had him low.
What?
You seemed when I said that you're like, oh, you're like,
no, I was just kidding. I was just messing with you.
Oh, I thought you were like low on him. I didn't know
DJ Moore. I like DJ Moore. I like him a lot. You said everything there is to say. So who's your 19?
19. I may have accidentally spoiled this one. My 19 is Brandon Ayuk.
Oh shoot, dude. Mine was 21, bro. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that's why I said I was like, you have a 19 here. You're like, oh, I definitely 21. I was like, oh yeah, you did. Sorry, I don't know where I got that number from.
You did this before. You've done this before.
Probably have.
With the fucking Ravens and Steelers trade on the mock draft.
Is that what I did?
Yeah, you're like, oh, and you have the Ravens selecting. I'm like, Ravens, Steelers pick. Like, oh, yeah, of course. Why would I think that?
Oh yeah, I did do that. I remember. Anyway, Brandon, you got 19. Similar things you said. This is what it is. You have a little lower. I'm a little higher for the only, and I pretty much only reason hearing you talk about Brandon, I agree with literally everything you said, except one thing. I'm a little higher on Brock Purdy than you are, and that's simply it. I think Brock Purdy and Brandon Ayuk connection, especially when Debo was like, I vividly remember when Debo being out. You could see, not even Debo. Wasn't there a period where like everyone was hurt and Brandon Ayuk was like
probably it's the 49ers.
It was like the Chris McCaffrey's out, Kittle was out, freaking Debo was out. It was like everyone was freaking dead, and it was Ayuk and Brock Purdy, and they were doing good. Like Ayuk had like. I also did have him on fantasy one year, and that was the year he did really good. So maybe I paid a little too much attention to him. But all I know is that when I saw a connection, I saw a nice connection between Brock Purdy and Brandon Ayuk. I like the connection. Who am I to say it's only going to get stronger? But yeah, I'm just higher on Brock Purdy than you are, not by that much.
And that's okay.
At the end of the day, I think Brandon Ayuk's cap is nearing this area because by this point, this is really like a player thing. Like the player above him, I just like him a little more. Player above him, I just like him a little more. That's just how it's going to go now. So 19.
Yeah, 19. So I've really, so far, other than DK, I would say DK, I'm projecting regression. But for all these guys, I'm projecting progression or plateauing. You know what I mean?
Wait, let me. Yes, I can confirm that.
But this is my first sign of a guy dropping from his ranks.
Interesting.
We have Devontae Adams sitting here at 19.
Oh my God.
I'm assuming you have him a little higher.
A little might be an understatement, Kevin.
Devontae Adams is going to be next to Puka Nacua. And
he is.
I think Puka Nacua is a better receiver. Well, my list reflects this, as you'll see later. But here's the thing. Matt Stafford. What does Matthew Stafford like to do?
Throw it to the lighter skin guy.
Force feed the ball to his favorite receiver.
Who's tip? I'm not going to finish this.
Well, it was Megatron for a while. So
you know what? That is true. That is true.
And,
Megatron is an enigma.
And then it was Cooper Kupp. Even when they had OBJ. Even when they had, like, it was a good squad, man. Matthew Stafford just likes throwing one dude the ball. And I think Devontae Adams will get decent reps, but I think majority of the offense is going to be through Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua is literally everything Devontae Adams wants to be right now. Like,
maybe, but okay,
he's athletic. He's an amazing route runner. He's a deep ball guy. Like, it's everything you want.
I don't know. Maybe I'm pulling this out of absolutely nowhere. I think there might be an issue with Puka and getting open. I feel like every time I watch Puka, he gets these amazing catches, but they're always contested. I feel like he's always getting these nice, great catches that are a little contested or a little like risky or a little like he jumped out of bounds. Like it just,
bro, you're acting as if like that's not what Megatron was with Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford knows how to give him those good balls.
Okay, but Puka's not 6'5". How big was Megatron?
6'2". Oh, Megatron 6'5".
Exactly. He's not contested is something different when you're talking about Megatron.
Well, here's the thing. I think Puka's going to be really, really good. And therefore, I think that's going to dip Devontae Adams. Also, Devontae Adams is 32. All right? He's going to fall off eventually.
Eventually, but we haven't seen it yet.
Oh, yes, we have.
That's like we're counting out LeBron because he's aging.
He's getting worse.
But are we going to count him out?
Top 20 is not counting out.
For Devontae Adams, I think it is.
All right, man.
Devontae Adams.
All right, man. No. Shut up.
I'm just saying, man.
You're not gonna. Yeah, well, wait till you hear my 18-17.
Maybe you're gonna be a Vikings fan watching Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams has done something to me, but in my head,
you're gonna be really upset. You're gonna be upset. Just this is not even the worst of my next 3 picks. So,
okay.
Especially my next pick. My next pick is gonna like throw you into a frenzy.
Okay. Moving on to 18, I have. I feel like this guy should be in your list. I feel like I would have heard you say him already.
Yeah. Who is it?
Jackson Smith-Njigba. I have Jackson Smith-Njigba at 18.
Wow.
I can't tell if you're reacting like on purpose.
Wow.
In my opinion, I don't see. I mean, okay.
Yeah, man. You're not going to hear me call his name for a while.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying, you were trashing on Sam Darnold before we started recording.
DK Metcalf, he had Tyler Lockett last year, and he still put up 1,200 yards.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't have either of those guys.
He also had I'd argue with the upgraded.
I'm not high on Cooper Kupp.
They did pick up Cooper Kupp, and they also changed quarterbacks to Sam Darnold. I'm not saying that Sam Darnold is a significant downgrade, but Sam Darnold is also not the... Sam Darnold performed on the Vikings because the Vikings had a absolute unit around him. He had a great O-line. He had every great, tight end, wide receiver 2, running back. A great quarterback coach. He had it all surrounded. I'm not saying Sam Darnold's bad, but he succeeded on that team because of the players around him. I don't think Sam Darnold has that kind of cast around him to do those kind of numbers. And because of that, Jackson Smith also, apparently you're not very high on him. I am Cooper Kupp. Having now sharing the ball with Cooper Kupp now, he's going to be in a similar slope. I mean, this is 18. This is not borderline. I mean, my 25 guy made 1,000 yards this season. I'm not saying Jackson Smith's not going to get 1,000 yards.
Yeah. But
I just like every guy on my list.
I have him above a few players that might make you upset. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay.
One in particular. One you're gonna
I can't tell. Besides obviously Justin Jefferson, I can't think of one specific player that I'm crazy high on.
Oh, well, here you go. Sitting at 18 for me, I have Vlad McConkey.
What? Okay. That's not okay. If I'm being the most objective I possibly can, there's no reason for him to be much higher than 18. Objectively, there's not much reason. But in my personal take, 18's great.
Yeah, I understand. Look. Here's the thing. I could have put him as high as 15. That's the furthest I'd go because looking at the names above him, I just like them more. I think they're just better.
Because he's a rookie last year, so he didn't.
Look.
Is there?
Well, I have
Yeah.
2 rookies above him.
Well, 2 last year rookies. You mean like his
yeah,
class, his draft class.
No rookies.
I could say, no, I do not. You know what? I do. You know what? I do.
But, so look, Ladd at 18. I also apparently
great wide receiver class, man. Great wide receiver class. What can I say?
Coming from the Chargers camp, the kid they drafted this year looks very, very good and is impressed. And is a clear cut wide receiver too. Man,
those were Quentin Johnson. Sorry, we can pretend I didn't say that. You can keep going.
Didn't they? Who did they draft? Didn't they get someone?
I don't know. Was it a first round pick?
Yeah, they were projected to get Colston Loveland. Draft. Who do they? Oh, they got a running back. They got the Omarion Hampton, who's a dog. Yes, I love Omarion Hampton.
I don't think that's going to change.
Well, it'll open up the running game and therefore open up passing game. Look.
To Ladd McConkey.
To Ladd. But look. 18's a good spot for Ladd. Okay.
I don't know. Having him at freaking 4 is crazy, man.
I don't have him at 4. I have him at 18.
Oh, you don't have. I'm sorry.
You're lying. All right. Who's your 17?
We're on to my 17. This one, no. I expected me to say this player before you, so I'm not surprised you haven't said him. I'm just scared how much higher you have him.
Okay.
Coming at 17.
It's I know who it is.
Say it.
It's T. Higgins.
17, I have T. Higgins.
That's not bad. That's not. I will say I have him within 5 picks. I have him within 5.
Yeah, which is good because after I got once I finished 11. After I finished 11, he was in the group of guys who I was sorting through to where he got to there. He was in my mind in that area. I just happened to think of reasons why I like a few more guys more than him.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, at the end of the day, too, I know the Bengals do nothing but throw the ball. I know T. Higgins is freaking 6'12".
Yep.
I know, he has Jamar Chase next to him.
Sure
There's
does.
a lot of factors here and there that make him good, and that could be a negative to him, and all this other stuff.
His stats don't tell his true impact on the Bengals. Truly. He gets Jamar open all the time. Like, we have so many good players on offense that there might be a game where he has 1 catch, but he's causing defense to follow him, which gets T. Higgins' impact is so big on this team, even though he could have 500 yards for the year and be the second most valuable player. He could have 1,200 and be you know what I mean? He is so valuable. So 17, it's fair. He's not going to always fill up the stat sheet. He will be a touchdown machine every year. He is an eminent red zone threat, even as a wide receiver too. I think last year he only played 10 games, might have had 10 touchdowns.
I mean, depending on the matchup, he could almost be as deadly as Jamar Chase in terms of
truly
throw to Higgins.
Yeah.
Just because of his
versus
size.
the Ravens. The Ravens don't have a play other than Kyle Hamilton. Don't have a player in their secondary that's over 6 foot. So I think we played. This year is an exception, and we know Jamar Chase kind of owned the Ravens this year. But last year I think he put up 5 total touchdowns in both the Ravens games. So yeah, T knows how to work when it comes to the Ravens. Let me go to T. Higgins' stats this year nope, not the playoffs, the season. He won't be there. T. Higgins, he had 911 yards, 10 touchdowns. Yeah. And a great example of how valuable he can be off the ball. Aaron, against the Broncos. Riley Moss was the main defender on him, and 131 yards, 3 touchdowns. You just there's some games he is the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, T. Higgins here at 17. I'm not going to argue with you. I think that's a fine range. I think 12 through 17 is where he belongs, somewhere in there. Yeah. And I have him in that range. But here's how I debated thinking. Here's how I thought about if it was close, right? I thought if I had Joe Burrow, who would I rather throw the ball to? That was it.
Well, I have an answer.
Well, what do you mean?
Who you say that? What do you mean?
Who? Because he's the neutral quarterback here in my in my debates in my head. I'm like, who would be the better wide receiver? Just
You're talking about into the league, not like
yeah.
I thought you were talking about like I have Jamar, I have T Higgins, who am I throwing the ball?
Oh, no.
That's what I was like.
No, compared like if there was like if there's two guys lined up, who would be my number one? And I think it would just be T Higgins. Compared to
that's how you played it, I could see it, but also that's not how the league works. And these other quarterbacks are these other players.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about when these things were close, man. Calm down. All right, I'm not going to do that for every single one. I'm like, Joe, who would you pick? All right. Prepare for your mind to explode. Number 17, I have Tyreek Hill.
Oh my God.
And any thoughts here?
You will not be hearing this man's name until the last 5 minutes of the episode, man. From me.
Yeah, not a great season last year for Mr.
Not a great season
for Mr. Hill. Looking for his stats, he had 959 yards and 6 touchdowns. He played every single game. It's not really. He just kind of fell off a cliff, man.
What did Jalen Waddle have?
Not Jalen Waddle had
like 600, 700, something like that.
744.
Yeah.
So look, it's Tua was hurt, sure, but great wide receivers play through bad quarterbacks. And I'm not saying he's old, but he's 31. So it gets to a point, especially when his whole thing is his athleticism. It gets to a point, and I'm just I'm this is a hot take for sure, but I'm predicting regression.
I don't know, man. Came off an 1,800-yard season. That's
3 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
That was 3 years ago.
That was last year. Like the year, this bad year, that was last year.
Oh, you're right. All right. Well,
1,800 yards. I'm not ready to say he's regressing just because he had an injured quarterback.
Aaron, he had half of his yards
with an injured quarterback, and I'm aware your argument of like good players play past that, but I'm not ready. 17's crazy.
That's fine for you to think that. It's fine for you to think that. Continue.
Shoot, dude, you weren't lying when you said you had hot takes. Moving on to my 16. We're kind of getting to this middle area. Where these players are like good. That's it.
Okay.
We're like, well, actually, no, because I forget. Because unlike quarterback rankings, where there's only 32 of them, there's way more than 25 wide receivers. So technically 25 is good, and that's it. Getting tiered is more of like you're a weapon, and that's it.
All right, man. Why don't you just say the name and that can be it.
Evans.
Whoa, Mike Evans is 16.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
2 years ago, he'd be in my top 10.
Surely.
I watched this man get a pity catch to get 1,000 yards.
He sure did.
I'm not saying this is a fall off, but if there's ever been a fall off for a player of Mike Evans' caliber, that was it. That's it. I think this is the start of maybe this could be the first non-1,000-yard season we've ever seen for Mike Evans going in. And like I said, Jacoby Myers is ring 25 and he got 1,000 yards. So the fact that I'm putting someone, Mike Evans is just that good of a player that he stays this high. But with the age,
crazy.
Crazy what?
This is just crazy. You have him 16.
Bro, you have Tyreek at freaking 17.
Yeah. Okay.
He just got 1,800 yards. Whatever.
He did not just get 18. He just got 976 yards.
It's the same thing, man. Hey, man,
well,
I don't want in a year from now you to be saying Jamar Chase just got triple crown. No,
that is so different. Oh my God, that is so different.
1,800 yards. How much players have ever gotten 1,800 yards?
Jamar Chase almost did it this year.
It's probably, but he didn't.
Did Tyreek Hill get the triple crown, which is not arguably, harder to get?
Is it? How much? Has there been more 1,800-yard seasons or triple crown winners?
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
All-time wide receiver. Because you probably memorize the amount of people who've gotten triple crowns.
6.
Yes.
There's been 15. 15. Oh, wait, that's rushing. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you sure he got 1,800?
I'll be honest, bro. It was like $17.99.
Bro.
No, it was $17.99.
Okay, because 6 players have gotten 1,800, but he didn't get 1,800. So therefore, it does not count.
$17.99.
Doesn't count.
One flag called back.
All right, sure.
And
Sure. Let's say he got 1,800. That means 7 players have gotten 1,800. 6 players got the Triple Crown. Therefore, the Triple Crown is harder to get.
You're on even footing, bro. You can't be all like,
it's literally even. It is
that, bro.
That is
in
this
terms
is a definitive
of
stat.
one singular player difference, it is on even footing,
bro. All right, man. Sure.
Anyways, what was I even talking about again? Mike Evans 16. I don't feel like talking about him anymore. He's good. He's big. He's tall. He gets 1,000 yards. I just think he's going to have a fall off soon. He should be in top 10 like every year, but some reason rising of some players. Continue.
Yeah, I also have Mike Evans here. So yeah, I have Mike Evans at 16. So I mean, pretty much same reason you said. I love predicting regression. So before we get into the top 15, let's take a quick break and listen to these ads. Please listen to these ads. This episode is presented to you by the Love of Ball Network, your home for sports talk that keeps you into the game. Whether you're into all things sports or a diehard Bengals fan, we've got you covered with shows that bring the action, insight, and the passion you crave. Don't forget us to rate us 5 stars, share with your friends, and check out all of our shows in the link below. I promise it's worth a listen. Let's get back to the episode. This episode is presented by Michelle Lorms of the Lorms Home Team, your trusted real estate expert in Northern Kentucky. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Michelle's expertise makes the process smooth and stress-free. From first-time buyers to seasoned sellers, she's here to guide you every step of the way. Ready to make a move? Visit lormshometeam.com. That being LORMS hometeam.com today, because finding the right home starts with finding the right agent. Football fans, it's time to take your game to the next level with off-tackle.com, your ultimate destination for everything football analytics. Get access to detailed team stats, player breakdowns, and the amazing 4th down calculator so you can see if your team is making the right decision on 4th down. Want an edge? Upgrade to Pro and gain access to matchup predictions that have outperformed Vegas by 30 games over the past 3 years. Don't just guess the outcome. Trust data that helps you stay ahead. Go to off-tackle.com. That's off-tackle.com today. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Really, really means a lot.
But what if you didn't listen?
I see fuck you. All of you. No, I'm just kidding.
I see you.
I'm just kidding.
Sitting in your chair.
Whoa.
In your bed,
no, you're sitting in your car. No one listened to this just sitting in a chair, man. That's weird.
I mean,
you just sit in a chair and just listen to a podcast?
Yeah, no, I'm at my desk right now. Or something. I'm doing work, listening,
you're right.
Playing games.
You're right. You're right. My fault. Yeah. My fault. Chair sitters.
And I see them sitting in their chair.
Yeah,
and I see. Skip the freaking ads.
Yeah, come on, dude. Be better.
Go back.
Yeah,
go back.
Go listen to them twice now. All right. Anyway,
0.5 speed. Okay.
Anyway, who's your 15?
Were we on 15 already? We were.
Yeah.
We were. 15. I have someone who.
I don't care. Just say the name, bro.
I was gonna say I'm gonna stop giving these guys like freaking WWE intros before I announce their name. Standing at 6'2", coming out of the East Coast. I have Drake London. Is Drake London 6'2"?
I think he's 6'4".
You're lying. If he's 6'4", he's top 10 by default. No, I'm joking. Oh my god, he's 6'4". Anyway, Drake London. He
doesn't feel 6'4". You know T. Higgins is 6'4". They don't feel the same height.
They don't. There's like there has to be an arm length thing or something. I don't know. Like
T. Higgins has monster arms.
It's the same way AJ Brown is not. AJ Brown feels like a giant next to Drake London.
You almost said little Drake London.
I haven't seen them next to each other, but like I picture them 2 players on the field, and I see AJ Brown is a massive dude. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, Drake London, he's 6'4". What else do I need to he's not gonna have Kirk Cousins, right? He's just not. Maybe he will.
I think it's Penix season, man.
All right. I think it's Penix season too. I mean, with Kirk Cousins, shoot, dude, during that 500-yard game, how much did Drake London do?
A lot.
a lot. I like to say, beside Bijan, he might be the second best offensive weapon you have. Thoughts?
Offensive, yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, Bijan is a hill. Bijan is, or not a hill. Bijan's a mountain to climb. So that's nothing small to say that he's the second best after Bijan in terms of offensive players. I really do like him. I don't know why. I feel like I'm always putting Drake London and Chris Olave in like the same tier in my head. But the more I think about the situation and the stats and how it just keeps getting more lopsided every year I watch. I just like Drake London. I think he's gonna have a pretty good year this year. Maybe Penix and him might build up a relationship with the ball. Not that kind of like, you know what I mean. Freaking,
it is June. Man. I support that
quarterback. Anyways,
Happy Father's Day to all you fathers who celebrate.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. So if you're hearing this today, before I hope your kids got you something nice. Maybe grow that for you. I sent my dad a text. Unfortunately, I'm 14 hours away, so I'm unable.
Only?
Well, it's like a 7-day walk if you want to measure it by that. But
what are you talking about, bro? Anyways, have you told him where you are?
Oh yeah, I don't think so.
That's crazy. It's kind of just like a big thing that definitely delayed a lot of our episodes.
Yeah. I'm living in Disney World as we speak.
Yes, he's in Disney World, and he's going to be there for like what, 8 months?
8 months. Yeah, I'm doing an internship here, so
I was meant to go there with him. Me and Gavin were about we're
going to do IRL couch episode. We are going to do an IRL episode. He's visiting me. He's visiting me. It is in cahoots.
That is in cahoots. What will they do that again?
I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out.
My birthday is October 23rd. In case any of you guys want to send me stuff.
Yeah, we will be opening up a PO box soon. So
will we?
Well, yeah.
Shoot, dude. Yeah. I don't know if I want. I've had a lot of angry comment people. I don't know if I want them to send me stuff. Like I want them to have the access to
remember that one
physically give me an item.
The one guy who was like, Aaron doesn't know anything. Get this guy off the show.
I know. I don't like my things. But guess what? I have the mic. You don't. So
right about it. Shoot, dude.
Oh, yeah. I know that one.
Yeah, we're getting paid. You're not.
Well,
I'm getting paid.
Move on to 14, man.
No, wait, no. You got. I gave you your cut.
My cut?
Your cut. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You did. I do remember that.
I did get your cut.
You did pay me not that long ago.
Yeah. So you're fine now. A little discrepancy there.
It's not really a salary. It's more like a.
It's per views. You know, you get it. Anyway. Yeah. My 15 is Scary Terry McLaurin. I feel like this is a good range for him. He's plateaued. I don't think he'll get better. I don't think he'll get worse. I think he'll have 1 or 2 more seasons like this with Jaden Daniels as a quarterback, and then he'll start the.
Was he 14 last year for you, or do you think he's risen because of Jaden Daniels?
I think he's risen.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, Terry McLaurin.
Glad you said that. My 14 is Terry McLaurin. I mean, basically the same spot. That was your 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on to 14, my Terry McLaurin, not his, mine. I think, he's definitely risen because of Jane Daniels. I think Jane Daniels' best season is still ahead of him, potentially with Terry McLaurin. I think Terry McLaurin, I was about to say Terry McLaurin is probably going to be his best wide receiver. Forget he has Debo now.
No, it's still Terry, bro. It's still Terry.
You think?
Aaron, you didn't put Debo on your list. You put Terry on it.
You're right.
So
you're that is true. Thank you for bringing me back down to reality. Well, I'm just saying now because before
Debo looks so fat too. Just don't even entertain it. Just continue.
No. Before Debo, who was 2? Curtis Samuel?
No, he's on the Bills, bro.
No, before Debo, like what Terry had to play with.
Oh, like before Jaden?
Like it's still Terry
before Jaden?
No, well, last year with Jaden,
it was fucking like it was Noah Brown.
Yeah, Debo's still an upgrade. Debo's an upgrade. I'm not a significant, like, huge player to come in, but maybe something to think about. Either way, I think Terry McLaurin and Jane Daniels definitely had a lot of connections when they were playing with each other, and I think Terry McLaurin was going downhill just to build a momentum to come right back up. Jane Daniels is bringing him back to the top, baby. Scary Terry is officially back.
Indubitably.
If he gets 1,200 yards this year, I'll keep him around this range next year. If he gets anything under, I'm lowering him. If he gets more, I'll raise him. That's my promise.
So this is
right now his age is a concern.
This is my 14. Aaron's probably a little upset. Aaron's been high on this guy for 4 years now, thinking
I know what you're gonna say.
He's the next coming of Christ.
Bro, he is.
Unfortunately, he has Justin Fields as his quarterback now. I have Garrett Wilson at 14. Look, bunch of potential. We just haven't found a quarterback to unlock it. So I'm sticking him here because I think he could be good this year.
Unfortunate career he's had.
Really, truly. I mean, he got drafted by the Jets. Not really. What could you expect?
Not a great start, just being drafted by the Jets. And like arguably a decent. I mean, it's just the fact that Breece Hall was there. You know, the defense was thriving. They got Sauce Gardner.
Shout out UC. Go Bearcats.
I would have liked my situation if I was Garrett Wilson. It has to be so quarterback dependent with these wide receivers that, like, gosh, his potential is being so held down by change. It's sad. Do you see a world where Garrett Wilson eventually gets a good quarterback, or do you see a eventual where he gets on a better team with a good quarterback?
I think he leaves the Jets as fast as he can.
I think he leaves the Jets too. Shoot, that might be so interesting because his time is due, right?
Yeah, he's on his 5th-year option this year.
Shoot, his time is due. See him on the Patriots next year.
Anyways.
Yeah.
That's kind of fire. I love Drake May.
Spot. I love Drake May. Speaking of Drake May, I have Steph. I'm joking. He didn't make my list.
Stephon Diggs did not make. He's coming off an ACL tear. You know, you dig. All right. Yeah,
you dig?
Wait,
61.
What?
I started off.
Yeah, wait, why did I start off?
Exactly.
I don't know. All right, go ahead, man. Who's your 14?
My 13.
Yeah.
My 13, not that much higher than yours, but higher. No, it's higher. It's higher. I have Vlad McConkey at 13.
5 spots higher.
Fooled you guys. I put him at 4. Did not do that. In reality, though, if my life is going perfect, Vlad McConkey is getting 1,400 yards next season, and I've never seen a world.
That's a weird thing to go perfect for you, man. I like me. It's like Jamar Chase gets 2,000.
Well, I'm drafting him in the second round of our draft, so he better get 1,400.
I see.
I don't know.
I'm getting Josh Allen, by the way.
Yeah.
If you don't draft, look, I have the first pick of the 3rd round. I'm just saying he's not getting past that.
I have the 5th pick of the 1st round, buddy. You're not getting.
Look, I'm just saying he's not getting past that. I'm getting him.
You think he's getting past 1-5?
Maybe not.
I will be winning this year's draft, by the way. Anyways, Vlad McConkey, I have a 13. I don't know I think I'm speaking highly about him already. I think I have.
Yeah.
I know we haven't recorded in a while, but
I have.
I think I've probably had some time on here to talk about him. I'm still. Is there like a split fan base right now of being Justin Herbert believers? Is there like non-believers?
I mean, there should be. Truthfully.
Are you a non-believer?
Yeah, but I'm not part of the Chargers fan base. You know, I actually heard the Chargers fan place just rented out this building near me. Max capacity is like, I think like 46 people. So they should be fine. What I'm trying to say is that they should be fine to hold their fan meetings. Yeah, I think they just took a vote. 22 of them are in on Justin Herbert. The remaining like 16 are out on him. So majority of Chargers fans do like Justin Herbert. But
did I ever tell you? Oh my god, that was such an exciting time when Vikings were still looking for a quarterback and the draft was going up. I heard something about trading our pick.
Dude, would you have done it?
And like some change? Yes. What? Yes. If the Vikings are a team that can make Sam Darnold look good, Justin Herbert, bro, might be the first ever 7,000 yard season we've ever seen. I'm talking about for Jefferson, by the way. Anyway, what was I again? Vlad McConkey, Justin Herbert. Dude, you can't do that. It's like, you ever seen those videos where those guys like they're doing a presentation?
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Shut up. Okay, let me explain. Gavin just turned his camera on and started swinging his tongue back and forth at me. So it's like I'm doing a presentation in front of class, and my friend in the back of the class just like starts like twerking or something. It's like, bro, that's never happened to you,
bro. What the fuck are you talking, bro? Tell me you're 13 and move on.
No, That probably happened when I was 13. Anyway, that's what just happened. I'm trying to get my thoughts together, and Gavin just turned his camera on and starts freaking flashing his tongue at me. Like, bro, you stop distracting me. I could have that tab gone. You could have done that. And I wouldn't even be looking,
bro.
How stupid you would have felt.
Continue speaking.
Anyways, stop. You can't do that and be like, bro, why you stall? You can't do that. Anyway. Lad McConkey. What was I even talking about, bro? I'm Justin Herbert. Like,
yeah, okay.
I love just shut up. I love Justin Herbert. Watching film on Lad McConkey, college and his freaking rookie season.
Where do you go to college, Aaron?
The most Georgia.
Okay, all right. I was trying to catch you there,
bro. I love Lad McConkey. What's it called? I like I said, watching film of him throughout college, going into the draft, coming out, watching his rookie season. I see nothing but just elite player. Like, I know stats are one thing, but watching the ball go to him and him making plays and catching, he's good. He's really good. And I think it's, he's not going to peak on his rookie year. He's only going to do better. I'm still a Justin Hurts believer. I like the team they're building. I like it. I don't hate anything about this. And I will be drafting Lad McConkey to, what is it? 215, 25? How do people say?
215.
I'll be drafting him 215 right after Josh Allen 1-5. I will have the greatest 2-round draft of all time, and you guys will see that soon. Move on to your 12, Gavin. Your 13, Gavin.
Okay, so this is where I have T. Higgins. We kind of said they were between the 12 and 17 range. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just have him here. I think he's better than Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin. I literally just think he's like Mike Evans, but better currently. Like, exact same play style, just like better.
He's younger.
So
I think I'm more athletic too. I think more athletic than Mike Evans.
Better, more athletic. I mean,
I thought Mike Evans is he 6'5" too?
I think he's 6'5".
Nice. That's nice.
So yeah, T. Higgins we already went on a little spiel about him.
You went on a huge Higgins. You don't need to talk anymore about him. Let's see. Where we're going now? 12. Moving on by 12. Not that much further than you, Gavin. Not that much further than you. I have Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
I don't know if you thought I'd put him like crazy high top 10, like in there. I understand he's Garrett Wilson. I understand his skill. I understand his potential. And I understand Justin Fields' skill and where he lies in the league. I'm just not with it. I'm not with it. It's like, I'd say Garrett Wilson has been consistently a borderline top 10 wide receiver every year. By borderline, I mean he's either 10 or just there, like just outside of it. And I don't think his quarterback situation has gotten any better to put him above that. So I have no reason to believe Justin Fields can come in here and change him to get 1,500 yards. I don't think that. I think that is what Garrett Wilson is potential, capable of. But unless he gets a good quarterback, it's never going to happen. And Justin Fields is not the guy. So he's going to stay in this area that he's been for his whole career. That's what.
So I made a mistake.
Okay.
When doing this, I was kind of ranking this top 10 as if there were no injuries, right? And I continued that, and then I continued it until I got to 12, and then I realized that like ranking with no injuries, even though we're projecting, doesn't make sense. This guy's probably going to miss all of next year. So
okay,
I have Chris Godwin.
Oh yeah, no.
Based on last year, if he was healthy, I'd put him here.
Chris Godwin with the fantasy.
He was very good until he got hurt. So he probably won't play very much next season, if at all. But if he was healthy, I'd put him here.
Well, how much you could say then, I guess. Moving on then to my 11. Right, we're on 11.
Yeah.
Moving on to my 11. Someone who I have dramatically higher than where you put him. Devontae Adams.
Oh, not even 11. Tyreek Hill. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I told you it will not be to the last 5 minutes of this freaking episode, brother. We're not even in the top 10 yet. Devontae Adams, I have at 11. I think Devontae Adams is a man who has.
He is a man. Time, that is correct.
Who has beaten time. You want to rephrase that one too?
What has he beaten? He's statistically regressed every single year since he left Green Bay.
Whoa. Let's take a look at his Raiders year. I think you're just lying to yourself. 2022. That's the postseason. 2022 regular season. Devontae Adams had 1,500 yards. That was 2 years ago. More than A.J. Brown, more than Diggs, more than CeeDee Lamb, more than...
No, let's look compared to Green Bay, though.
Okay, sure.
Let's look at...
Let me just look at his freaking... Actually, I can just click it here. Let's look at his Green Bay.
Starting 2021, last year in Green Bay.
Dominant year. Start into... What's happening? There was an ad playing.
All right, I've got the stats. 2021 Green Bay, 1,500 yards. Well, 1,553. 2022, 1,516. Okay, so statistically went down. Next year, 1,144. Statistically went down. The next year, 209. Definitely went down there. That's on the Raiders.
Wait, what are we reading?
I'm sorry, 2024. This is total yards for the year.
How do I see? I can't find his career.
I'm on ESPN. So
I'm also on ESPN.
So
I found
we have 1553, and then 1516, and then 1144, and then 1063. Every year, his yards have gone down. What do you mean?
No. No.
Ever since he left Green Bay, his yards have gone down.
From his peak?
Yes, ever since he left Green Bay.
From his peak.
Okay, it's not like, okay, this is disregarding Green Bay. Like, I'm not saying, like, whatever he did in Green Bay, I'm talking about when he got to Las Vegas. Since that first year, he has gone down. He has done nothing but gone down since he left Green Bay.
How much? What was this 1,500 yards on Raiders?
Yeah.
That was with who?
Derek Carr.
That was Derek Carr. And then after that, who would he have? Freaking
Derek Carr.
He played 3 games a year. I was about to say, where in the world did he have 209 yards from?
No, that's half Jets, half Vegas. If you look down, it says the total.
That was?
Yeah.
I don't see the total.
It's like
I do see the total. That was 1,000 yards.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's in my top 20. He's in my top 20
with Gardner Minshew.
He's in my top 20.
And now he has Matthew Stafford.
Oh, but he also has Puka Nacua, which you won't hear from me for the past 5 minutes of this episode.
You mean last 5 minutes?
That's what I said. But okay.
You said past 5 minutes. I don't know, man. I have absolutely no reason in my head. Absolutely no reason to believe this man isn't going to get with a better quarterback. He's a man who's beaten time itself. You want to put a money wager on this one? Or an over and under?
Let's do it.
Because I would.
Let's do it. Over under 1,200, you said?
1,250.
Oh, under. I'll bet you $1,000.
All right, let's do what I have in my bank account.
What?
$2.
All right. I raise you 20.
How about a dinner?
Okay. Yeah, I'll pay for dinner when you come visit.
Sure. Wait, my season's not gonna be over by then. It's gonna be like just started.
That's true.
I don't know if we can last put down on.
Well, if he doesn't have 1,200 by then, that's
okay. You know what? Screw it. What week is that? What week? October. That's like week what? Like 7.
Wait, let's look it up. What NFL?
It's like 7. I'm pretty sure it can be like October 20th or something. That's like October. That's like 7th week.
Well, I'm checking. That will be week 7.
Wow, I nailed it.
Okay, so
I'll put
by week 7.
I'll put a 450-yard bounty on his head.
450? That is just not on pace for 1,200 at all.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Well, minus 2 breaks.
Hold on. Let me go to the calculator.
We can go 500.
We'll do the exact math of how much you'll need to be on pace for 1,250.
Sure.
So 1,250 divided by 17, and then this is week 7.
Yeah,
514 yards.
Yeah, so you want to take an easy? You want to take a nice 500 flat, or you want to remember 514?
500. We'll do 515. 515 because it's 514.8. It's 514.8, man.
Well, just to make our lives easier, I thought I was rounded off. Okay, man. If he gets closer, we'll come back to the numbers. But
yeah, we'll do 500. 500 if he
500 flat.
Yeah, through week 7.
By the time I come visit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You for dinner. Yep.
Dinner.
That's fine.
You can choose where we go to dinner.
Really?
Yeah, you'll choose. And if I win, I'm choosing. Are you looking up steakhouses in Disney World?
What? No.
I hear your keyword.
Am I limited to Disney World?
Well, in the area. want to go to Skyline?
I would like to go to La Tiria del Jorer Reboccion.
The fuck is it? Where is that? Is that in Italy? In
I
Epcot?
don't know, but the average meal is $300.
Wow.
It is in Miami.
Miami, that's not in Orlando, man. I've got bad news for you.
You said I keep pick. Anyways.
500 yards by week 7. Remember this. You know what?
It's on recording.
Remind me October 20th, 2025 to check Devontae Adams' yards are under 500. All right. It is in my reminders.
Hey, man. Oh, I can't, bro. I like this, man. I'm freaking cheering for every week. It's like I'm a fantasy, but I don't. It's just like throw him the ball just because. Okay, anyways.
I hope he gets hurt. Oh, hey. We're doing this as if it's a sports book. If he gets hurt, it doesn't count. Like, it still counts, I mean. Like,
what?
This is a bet, man. No, if he gets hurt, you're betting for him to have a 1,250.
Not a bet, it's a wager. There's a difference. Anyways, I think I've talked enough about Devontae Adams. I think you've heard
Number 11, Drake London. That's what I have. I project really nicely. I really like Michael Penix.
You thought I was crazy for you. I had him 4 spots lower.
Really like Michael Penix. I think Drake London has all the tools to be an elite wide receiver. Just hasn't been able to put it together yet. I think once Kyle Pitts is off the team, he'll be able to blossom more. They're rumored to trade Kyle Pitts. So
rumored. Well said, man. Well said. Moving to top 10.
Top 10. What did you say?
Excuse me. I hiccuped.
Well, let's take a quick break and get into the top 10.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back, Aaron. Welcome back.
I went to go use the restroom.
Did you? All right. Who's your 10? Okay, hold on.
I have hiccups.
According to our list so far, we will have, I think, 9 of the top 10 the same. Because you've said one of my top 10, and I've said one of yours.
Yes.
So
have we?
Yeah. I said Tyreek Hill. You said Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh. He's in your top 10.
He is.
Okay.
All right, man. Go ahead.
Better hear his name soon. Moving on to top 10. This one might be, with Jackson Smith here. I don't know where you'd put. I have Brian Thomas Jr.
Interesting.
10.
Interesting. Yeah. Subpar quarterback play.
I believe he had the 3rd or 4th most receiving.
4th. He was 4th.
4th for a rookie. That's amazing.
Really good.
Amazing. Especially, I didn't think the idea of Travis Hunter now.
I don't think that'll change much, man.
Well, yeah, you're probably right. I said Brian Thomas, wide receiver 1. He's still doing great. He's still amazing. What's his name? Long hair dude.
Trevor.
Remember his name? Trevor.
Tanner Lawrence.
He looks like a Tanner. Anyways, Trevor Lawrence. I think he's reached his potential in terms of a quarterback. I don't think he's not gonna regress the player. He's not gonna get the player up and higher. But Brian Thomas did do that as a rookie, and it's hard for me to believe a rookie season's gonna be their best one. For at least for 99% of players. So top 10.
Shout out Dak.
I think he might maybe slightly regress, if not say the same. But what did he get, like 1,300?
I think it 1250. He had 1282. So yeah, 1,300. Wow, the drop off from the top 2 is just.
That's what I'm saying. Did I say that before we started?
Yeah,
did I say that? That it is. Yeah, what I was saying is like literally, it is crazy, guys. That like number 3 is 200 yards difference from number 25.
Yeah,
and then there's a 200-yard difference between 3 and 2. It does that. And
then there's a 200-yard difference between 1 and 2 as well.
It's just mountain, and then a bunch of little hills.
Yeah, so
that's not what it is.
Truly. Yeah, my 10 is also Brian Thomas Jr. So nice. Good project. I love Brian. I fantasy steal for me. I picked him up in like the 9th round. Ended up being very good for me in fantasy.
Man, LSU wide receivers.
Yeah. It's actually funny you say that. I had almost all of them. My team at the end. I had Jamar, I had Justin, and I had Brian Thomas Jr. And I had no running backs.
Where'd Malik go?
You. You had Malik.
I had Malik.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
I
did good that year, didn't I? No, I did. I didn't even make the playoffs.
I think you won 4 games.
Yeah, it's crazy. My team was great. Who did I have? I almost
you had Malik. You had Bijan. You had
Josh Allen. I've never not had Josh Allen before. Josh Allen, Bijan, Malik. Malik was freaking my stud apparently.
Yeah, I had a great draft. I
had Garrett Wilson, I think.
Yeah.
I had
Garrett Wilson at one point.
And AJ Brown. I had Garrett Wilson and AJ Brown.
I had Garrett Wilson at one point. Traded him. Anyway, yeah. I had Brian Thomas Jr. here.
I didn't.
No one cares right now. All right. Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, subpar quarterback play, but really had a great rookie year. And with Travis Hunter, that'll open up a lot more for him. Yeah, who's your number 9?
Could even make him better in the freaking practice going against Travis Hunter. Anyway, number 9. I have. I'm be honest. If you have him any higher than this, I don't really know what you're doing. I have Nico Collins. He is good. He has a great quarterback, and he's also the only healthy one on his team. Right?
Yeah.
He didn't get anyone that I don't.
Jaden Higgins.
You didn't have to say he got Jaden Higgins. I should be rethinking this or something.
I'm not saying rethinking. I'm saying that he's good, but I have Nico higher than this. Good. Just saying.
I mean, how much?
He was fantasy. He was wide receiver 1 before he got hurt.
Well, okay, fantasy is one thing. I'm looking at the names. Easily prefer him over. It's just. I'm not gonna lie. We're getting to the elites. Nico Collins is good.
I've got a hot take, man.
There's something in the court.
I've got a hot take. It's coming soon. Because
bro, you put Tyreek at I understand. 22. I don't want to hear.
No, I put him at 17.
Bro, that's like me calling you short because you're 5 foot and you're like, I'm 5'1". Actually,
I'm not 5 foot.
It's the same thing, bro.
True.
You put him at the bottom of the list.
Hey, I'm 6'2". Don't
what
let
I'm trying. I'm not. I'm just saying. It's like, you get the point. Anyways, move on to your number 9 now.
My number 9 is Malik Neighbors. I honestly was planning on putting him higher, but
isn't that crazy? He performed less than Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, he just seems like a better receiver. I like his quarterback better. I like Russ over Trevor Lawrence, and there's less competition for the ball. And he really played well with Daniel Jones last year.
Who was the other guy who he picked up?
Tyrod.
No. Like we were excited that the Giants picked him up.
Russ? Jameis Winston?
No. Jameis Winston.
Yes.
I want to see Jameis Winston over Russell Wilson. Not because I think he's better, just because I want to see it.
But look, I love Malik Neighbors. I think he's really good. I think he's really athletic, and I think he will strive in New York. And yeah, I'm here 9. Who's your 8?
I think. No, that's a bold take. I was going to say I think Malik Neighbors would be better Odell all time. Giants wide receiver. Hot take?
Oh, I'm not going to lie, dude. Odell had 2 good seasons. He was just always hurt.
I guess, yeah. Anyways, moving to my number 8, I have Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
So 1 higher than you, right?
Yep, 1 higher.
I mean, same reasons. I absolutely loved Malik Neighbors last year. His athleticism is open. I mean, he's the epitome of what an LSU wide receiver is. He came into the league fully pro ready. Doesn't matter his quarterback situation. He still made it work. He got fed the ball. He did good getting fed the ball. Even when the defense knew he was getting fed the ball, he still did good. I mean, he was one of my few surefire bets because when last year was the year I was betting on football, and I would occasionally put Malik Neighbors over his reception.
Oh, I can't wait till we start doing fantasy and betting segments again, dude.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are really fun. And I never lost a betting thing. Fun fact. So you should always trust me.
That's a lie, and legally he cannot say that.
I was gonna say for legal reasons that's a lie. Don't worry, guys. You didn't have to. I lost every time. Anyway, move on to your top.
Okay. Yeah, my 8 is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Here's that guy. Look, man, I think he's the perfect wide receiver. He is a great combination.
Wow.
Look,
and how better can you get the perfect?
Okay. I mean,
apparently 7 people
like tools and what you know what I mean. You know, like well-rounded. He's the
most well-rounded. Yeah,
he's physical. He's speedy. He's a good route runner. He's a good deep ball catcher. He has great hands, great eyes. Like he is and he's super young. He's 22, I think, maybe 23. He's very, very young.
Yeah, I did do that. I don't know why it was shot.
Like I really do love him here. My next one's gonna upset you though. Well, maybe not. I don't think it personally will upset you, but I have a good reason for my next one. So who's your 7?
My 7 is. I'm trying to see. You might have way higher. This is actually, even though it's crazy, we're in top 10 already. I have Puka Nacua.
Whoa!
I know that's a hot take, but I'm just that high. I think we've gone through this already. I'm that high on Devontae Adams. I think the yards are going to be more split than most people think. I feel like most people think the year's going to end up with freaking Puka 1,400 yards, Devontae Adams 600 yards. That's how most people are going to think the season go. I think this will be way more split. I think this might be a 1,200, 1,000 yard, type. I don't know. It could go, just like that. Devontae could have more than Puka. Who knows? It's just, I think that's how split it is, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with Puka. I'm not like it purely Devontae Adams. If Devontae Adams wasn't on the team and he was the only threat, he was wide receiver 1 by a mile, I'd put him top 5. But he's not. So he got lowered to 7, which I don't think is any bad. Yeah. 7 is not bad. He's amazing. He's very young. He came out of nowhere.
Truly.
Has an amazing quarterback who does like targeting him. So Devontae Adams is moving down just slightly.
Yeah. 7 is what, I understand. So, look, I think this is going to be a shocker to you because I love certain players.
Okay.
And this player I've had in fantasy. I didn't have him last year. I had him the year before. He's my fantasy MVP, actually, the year before.
Okay, I know who you're talking. I know who you're talking about.
But I cannot.
You named your team after him.
I did. I cannot put a slot receiver, even though how good he is, over these guys who are more versatile. Because you're not going to put Amon-Ra on a go route to win the game. You're just not. That's not who he is. So I think his limitations, he is the best at what he does. He's the best slot receiver in the league. I think we can agree on that.
Sure.
But that's good. He's great. But like I said, you need versatility for a perfect wide receiver. I have Amon-Ra here at 7.
Well, you did say Drake London's perfect, and you did have him.
I said Jackson Smith and Jigba.
That's my bad.
Look, I think tools. He could be better at everything, but he's very well rounded. Like he's an archetype of receiver you want. Is what I was trying to say.
Okay. Yes, he's the ideal wide receiver. Not perfect though. Moving on to my number 6. Correct?
Yeah, number 6.
We're gonna have to wrap out this video really quickly because number 6, Tyreek Hill.
Oh, shit, dude. We got 5 minutes left.
I have him at number 6, which I think is nothing. I mean, bro. Okay, let's genuinely think about it. 1,800 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He had
2 years ago.
His quarterback got injured. Oh yeah, I know. I'm going. No. Yeah, I'm going to the timeline. 1,800 yards. Then he had an off year because his quarterback kept getting injured. It was terrible for him.
Uh-huh.
Objectively, the Dolphins themselves weren't even that good, like at all.
You're right. Let's look at the games that Tua was healthy, shall we?
And let's also look at those games with his quarterback.
Yeah, where Tua was healthy. So week 1, 100.
Oh yeah, my bad.
130 yards. Yeah, good start, Tyreek. After that, 36, 40, 42, 69, 13. Tua gets hurt here, where he has 80, 27, 61. Tua comes back for a game, 29 yards. Then he's hurt. So, explain that. There's no concern. It's just stats.
It is hard for me to see one offseason and put a person who was top 3 all of a sudden just like out of it.
Top 3. He was top 1, I think.
Well, I mean,
for us, he was top 3.
For us, he was top 3. Stats wise, objectively, we're ranking them off of objectiveness. So, yeah, stats wise, he was the number 1. Objectively, he was in the top 3 range. Had an offseason. I'm not putting him. Would you put him 17?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a top 3 wide receiver have an offseason and put him at 17. That's crazy. Does that not sound crazy to you? Like verbally?
Yeah, but like it's not like he's like 22 and he's just an off season. He's 31.
But he's also Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, where his gifts are his athleticism.
But it's not like he's having a slow progression. He just had an 1,800 yard season.
We'll see. You want to put a bet for this guy?
Hey man, I'm a little tired of money right now. I'm not saying I don't have confidence. I'm just saying that I just can't. it's not enough for me to freaking throw him that far down. He's still Tyreek Hill. We know he's good. He's not kind of like maybe if he was like a rookie, I don't say it would be worse if he was a rookie. If he was a rookie who had 1,700 yards and next year he got freaking 500, I'd be all like, lucky season. The fact that we know what he is and we know what he's been doing throughout his whole career. Not allegedly. He did it with Tua. He did 18. Was that his best season?
His best season was
Tua.
And then, the next season. So if we're going just off Tua, the next season with Tua, he was not good. Overall, as a season, he wasn't like perfect, sure, but like with Tua, he was not good.
I mean, that's a few games. That's like what, like this like 5 games with Tua where he wasn't good, and then he had a backup quarterback the whole time.
Yeah, what 5 games is a decent sample size.
I know 5 games is a lot. Yeah, but for someone's whole career, I can't be all like those 5 games.
On the top of it,
knock him down.
When Joe Burrow got hurt, Jamar Chase didn't turn into terrible. He was actually like really good.
Okay, I would put Jake Browning over a lot of back quarterbacks.
I put him over a couple starters. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's stop acting like he had a freaking bum dude throw him in the ball. Jake Browning did great.
Or did Jamar Chase make him look great?
Which one, Gavin? You tell me.
I don't know.
Seems like you're choosing to plead fifth. Anyway, moving on to your top 6. Man.
Number 6 is where I have Nico Collins. In those 5 game sample size, I don't know if it was 5, but it was roughly 5. Before he got hurt, he was wide receiver 1 in yards and receptions.
So all of a sudden 5 games means everything now. Oh wait, never mind. I guess you're sticking true to your morals.
So he looked really good before he got hurt, and he has less competition now. Stephon Diggs is gone. Tank Dell is gone. Well, he's here, but gone.
Oh no, he's gone.
Yeah. So Nico, who's your 5?
Moving on to my 5, I have. You said this guy's name already. I have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay, so we have the same. We have the same top 4.
We do. The order, though.
We already know.
I guarantee you we have different top 4. Like, none of them. I guarantee.
I think 4 is the same. I think 4 is the same.
No.
Aaron.
Maybe. I don't know.
I switched. You can only say that confidently if a certain person's at 4.
I made a switch at the end. Anyway, Amon-Ra, I mean, he gets the yards, he gets the touches, he's fast, he's strong, he makes contested catches look easy. He gets just high volume, and he does good with it. So, I mean, he's the team's offensive what? Actually, their team's so stacked. I would say he's like the best offensive player in the team. That's probably not true.
Gibbs is pretty good.
Gibbs better. What was that one O lineman's name?
Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell is probably better in terms of position player. So shoot, dude. Maybe he's not the best offensive player in the team, but I have to show you a good. Either way, even in a room of studs, he still shines. I don't think anyone's going to argue. I mean, I don't have to say it a lot. No one's going to argue Amon-Ra top 5. He's Amon-Ra. Are you going to argue that? You don't think it, but like,
no, I won't argue. I won't argue.
Especially if he's like
fine.
Baseline 5.
Yeah, minus
exactly.
7.
Someone's top 5. Exactly. No one's going to argue. Moving on, top 4.
Top 4.
You're 5.
You're 5. My 5's Puka. We already kind of talked about him.
Yeah, we talked about the freaking Rams a lot.
Yeah, sure did. Number 4. All right, we're gonna say it at the same time. I'm gonna give us a countdown.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
I knew it. I knew we had the same 4.
I had CeeDee Lamb above A.J. Brown, and I made a switch at the end.
I just think his situation in Dallas isn't as good as the situation in I put them. I think they're the exact same skill set. Like they're both like the same tier receiver. But I look at the situation. I like Jalen Hurts over Dak. I like Devonta Smith over George Pickens. I like the offense of the Eagles.
Do you know why I thought you'd put A.J. Brown under?
No.
I'll tell you why. A.J. Brown last year.
Okay.
Only had 1,000 yards. Barely skimmed 1,000 yards. Or we're putting him in the top 3.
He was hurt.
Was he?
Some of it.
Wasn't. I swear I don't remember. Oh my God, you're right. That's why I lost my fantasy. Because AJ Brown didn't care. Oh shoot, You might be honest something, man. Wait, where's Garrett Wilson? Did Garrett Wilson not even freaking get like
Just continue, man.
20 yards? I'm just checking. Oh, Garrett Wilson was healthy every game. He just was throwing my games apparently. What are we continuing on? I mean, the rest of the list is inevitable. We're just gonna wait.
Number 3 is AJ Brown.
Our 15-minute segment on 1 and 2.
Number 3 is AJ Brown, and then as you guys know, Aaron and I. Aaron is a Vikings fan.
No, the fan base is not the difference here. It's not.
No,
it's not.
saying, Aaron's a Vikings fan. I'm a Bengals fan.
So
he's delusional, thinking that Justin Jefferson is better than Jamar Chase. Look, we determined 1,800 yards is less rare and less of an accomplishment than Triple Crown. Jamar Chase's playoff stats clear Justin Jefferson's.
That's only Jamar Chase
yards in 4 games to go to the Super Bowl. Well, still doing this with a better wide receiver.
5 years ago,
better than a wide receiver
5 years ago.
He has the most. He's a better yak receiver. More yards after catch.
No. Wait, stop talking. So you cannot. We're doing 2026 projections. You cannot bring up what happened in 2022.
Okay, you're right. Clutch factor. He's better than the clutch.
In what way did you not see that Justin Jefferson one-handed catch 4th and 18?
Whoa, he made a catch, dude. Have you not seen Jamar Chase's catch double teamed over to the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl?
Okay, dude. No, we're not. This is.
He had some most yak yards in the league since he's been in the league. Best yards after contact. He's better route flexibility. He's more.
That's not true.
Flexibility. I did not say he's a better route runner. I said better route flexibility. Okay, Jamar Chase lines up in the slot, outside. He lines up in the X, Y, and Z. He lines up in the backfield sometimes. He's a stronger route runner.
Well, put Debo above Jefferson.
He's a better deep ball catcher.
That's not true.
100% true.
Let's look at who had the longest touchdown last year.
Okay, what the fuck does that? This doesn't do anything.
Jefferson had a 97-yard long. Jamar had a 70.
And none of those 98, maybe 60 of them were actually like it was yak.
Says a lot. No. 60 yards after the catch? That seems crazy to me.
Jamar has more touchdowns. Justin averages more receptions. And yet, it's still an argument.
Jefferson does not get more receptions.
He does. He gets 10.5 a game. Jamar gets 10, even. Last season.
Whoa. No. Hold on. Where are you pulling these false stats from?
ESPN.
Okay, tell me why did he play this? Okay, both played 17 games. Jamar had 127. Justin had 103. How in the world is he averaging more receptions?
I don't know, man.
Gavin, that is the definition of Jamar has more. I mean, that's not a true stat.
Maybe it was career. Maybe it was career, not last year.
Okay, no, career too. It's the same thing.
What?
I've always known this for a fact that Jefferson has the highest yards per game with like
not yards per receptions.
No.
So yeah, look. Jefferson's force. Look. Touchdowns, yards are similar. Okay. Jamar Chase clears them in touchdowns. Jamar Chase clears them in route flexibility. He can be more places. He's better in the slot by far. He's better deep ball. He's not a better route tech. I will give you that. He's better after the catch. He's got better hands.
What's happened every other year before this year? Last year, I mean. What happened?
What do you mean?
You're saying all these beautiful things like he's better than this, except this is the first year and only year he's ever been above Jefferson. Besides the 1 year Jefferson missed 7 games and was only 100 yards behind.
Okay,
Jamar.
So out of his the 4 seasons Jamar Chase have, one of them doesn't count. So 2 of them don't count. Half of the years don't count.
Why?
He's been over him for half. He's been over him half the years. You just said, other than this year, and then the 1 year doesn't count. So out of his 4 years, you're saying 2 of them. Ignore 2 of them that he was over him. He had a better rookie year.
I never said that. Well, I never said that.
You just did. You said other than this year, name a year he was over him, and then other than the year Jefferson was hurt.
Yeah, name a year he was over
this
him.
Year.
Hasn't happened. No, yeah. I was saying, this is the only year. That's what I'm saying.
And then the year he was hurt.
Only year.
There's only 4 years.
Okay,
There's only
the year
4
that
years.
he was hurt does not count. Jefferson missed 7. Okay, if you really want to count that year, Jefferson missed 7 games and Jamar had 100 more yards than him.
Okay. He had a better rookie year.
If you want to count the
Who
year,
won
Jefferson
rookie of the
just
year?
clearly
Who
got
won
the
Triple
year.
Crown?
Oh my God. Gavin. Okay, you know what? Let's let's just go all the way down. When did Jefferson enter the year?
2020.
Okay, we'll go 2021. Jefferson above Jamar. 2022. 2022, Jefferson above Jamar. 2023. Why was my
Jamar over Jefferson.
That was the year Jefferson missed 7 games
And Jamar was over him.
yards. Jamar had 100.
How many more
yards
touchdowns?
Bro, he missed 7 games.
No. Because Jamar always has had more touchdowns than Justin.
I can't. My thing's allowing me. Oh, yes, it is. There we go. Now I'm on freaking defense. Why am I on defense?
Here's the thing, Aaron.
Season 2023.
Hey, let's.
He had 7 touchdowns. Jefferson had 5. He had 2 more touchdowns than him.
That's
in the game where
he
missed 7 games. You think in 7 games he wouldn't get 2 touchdowns?
Right, Aaron. Listen.
Go. Yes, go.
We both have very good arguments.
The argument is no. Your arguments
this is where your argument's flawed. You cannot have an argument putting the other one down. They are 1A and 1B. They're both 1As. Okay. Personally, I find the skills Jamar Chase brings to be more valuable than the skills Jefferson plays.
And the skills that Jamar Chase and Jefferson have both shown, one has had Joe Burrow his whole career, and one has had 6 quarterbacks his whole career.
Didn't Sam Darnold have a pretty good year last year?
Because of Jefferson.
And there's a way to prove that?
Yeah, every other year Sam Darnold has played in the NFL.
So wait, wouldn't it be because of Addison too, or Kevin O'Connell, or the defense, or TJ Hawkinson?
It's the whole thing.
So it's not because of Jefferson.
Jefferson was. Yes, it was. It was because Gabby. It was because of Jefferson.
He only had 1,000 yards.
Jefferson.
I'm sorry. He only had 1,300.
2024 regular season. He had 1,500.
Oh, well, sorry. I was just.
Bro, you threw him down 500 yards.
That's my bad. Well, it doesn't matter. Jamar had 1,700 plus 17 touchdowns plus the Triple Crown. So. Which
is the only year he's been above Jefferson. If Jefferson has been above him
compare both the rookies here. They're both their rookie years.
They didn't play in the same league, bro. No, you cannot. Okay, we can't go year to. We're going year to year. They were both in. That's why I skipped. We're going to year to. They're both in a year. Every year they're both in. Jefferson above. The 1 year Jamar's above. We can't just be like, okay, Jamar finally went above him. Now Jamar's officially better.
Yes, we can. That's how things work.
No, we're not. We can't, bro.
All right. All right. Here's the thing. All right, ready, Aaron? Ready?
Yeah, go.
Yes. With that logic, get Malik Neighbors out of your top 25. Get Brian Thomas Jr. out of your top 25. It's the first year they did something. They can't be good there. I hope you don't have Jaden Daniels in your top 10 quarterbacks.
Do you?
I do, because 1 year makes a big difference.
It's different when they're a rookie.
You said 1 year, man. There's nothing for me to for
1 year. Okay. See, you know you're saying the most stupid argument right now. The rookie season is way different than their 5th, 6th season because there's nothing to go off of. So now they have a base standard of that rookie over.
You're right. Let's look at both of their 5th seasons. Let's see who's better.
Sure. Where's their 5th seasons?
This year was Jamar's 5th. No, it was his 4th. Jamar doesn't have a 5th season yet.
Crazy. Where's Jefferson's 4th season?
I don't have it pulled up.
Was he in 2020?
He was 2024. Oh, that's right. He only had 1,000 yards.
2024?
Yeah, wasn't that he was hurt?
7 games. He missed 7 games and put up 1,000 yards.
So we played 10 games?
Yes.
It's 100 yards per game. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, man.
Look, I respect your opinion, but I just disagree.
The only time Jamar has ever been above Jefferson is when he missed 7 games. It was 100 yards, and then there was this
2 years
year,
in a
which is the
row, and now we're projecting for next year.
No, this is the first year. We're not counting the year Jefferson missed 7 games. And if you want to count it,
you're double standards, man.
If you want to count it, let's count it then. Let's count the year he was injured. If you're telling me you think Jefferson would not have gotten 300 more yards than Jamar if he played 7 games,
and if the world was made of pudding, I would eat it.
You keep saying, what does that even mean? Bro?
What if this was that? If this was that? But it wasn't. He did not.
Listen, I'm winning these arguments so hard. You tried taking away 500 Jefferson yards on one of these arguments.
You know what? How about this, Aaron? Let's flip this to clout. Who do you guys think is better? Tweet us, leave a comment, do whatever with that. Aaron and I are obviously
This might be the first time where I got more heated than you in a Jamar Chase.
Truly, because here's the thing: I've come to terms with this a long time ago, Aaron. No matter what will happen, neither of us will change our opinion. All this arguing is pointless. Neither of us are going to be persuaded.
No, next year, if Jefferson gets 1,000 yards and Jamar, no, because I can't.
No,
if Jefferson, because if Jefferson got 1,000 yards next year and Jamar Chase got 1,500. I'd be all like, okay, now it's room for argument. I still wouldn't because it's still Joe Burrow, JJ McCarthy.
So
it's still like, I don't think you take into consideration how much of a beautiful aid it is that Jamar Chase has had the same quarterback for his entire elite football career.
Oh well, since he's elite,
and Jefferson has had like a different guy every like 6 games.
It's not really either the receiver's fault. It's just how the things roll. You still have Garrett Wilson in your top 20, even though he's been probably a bottom 10 wide receiver of the top.
A bottom 10
of the top 30 of the top 30.
You mean top like? Oh, you mean like out of wide receiver ones?
Yeah, like he's.
You think Garrett Wilson's been a 20 to 30 player, or 22 to 32 player?
Probably.
No.
Look, but look. Here's the thing: neither of us are going to be persuaded. That's just how it is. So we're going to use this to get more popularity. You guys comment and interact with this. Hopefully, it's a lot of upset Bengals or Vikings fans. Very passionate.
You should put in the podcast script and you like got heated at the end.
Gone wrong, gone sexual.
Yeah.
All right.
Top 25 things gone sexual.
Yeah, no, those are the old YouTube videos. Not mine.
Whoa, who mentioned Bro Love this?
Well, thank you all for listening. Goodbye.